Black Ops emblem. Hold on. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me all right? So I'm not really playing no video games because I don't want to. I'm just basically gonna talk about. Just basically talk about Call of Duty and how I feel about it. You know, people getting fired, people losing their jobs. I mean, that bothers. I mean, it bothers me because it all could have been avoided. You know, this whole thing. So I don't know if you guys can hear me. Yeah. Put on my. So, I guess use this as a background. It's whatever. I don't care. I don't know if you guys can see me that well, but make it a little bit bigger. Yes. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I just wanted to say my piece. You know, I always like to do. I guess that's my thing for the record, for YouTube, just to have it out there. You know, I mean, I just wanted to. So, I don't even know where to start this, but as you know, 800 people who work for a living, have families, you know, you get fired like mid-year, like in February, the worst month, you could probably go look for a job. You know what I mean? I mean, it's probably the worst month. I mean, it's the slowest month in the year, and they fire people. Activision fired 800 people after like recording the most money that they ever made, and then like the CEO getting $15 million. They still didn't beat street estimates, which, you know, I pretty much knew that wasn't going to happen. Everybody pretty much knew that. They pretty much knew that Activision wasn't going to meet street estimates, and you know, in light of EA and Apex coming out with a game that has 25 million new subscribers, new viewers, new downloaded games for you know, their new game. I mean, all this is kind of like, I mean, it's like the perfect storm. I mean, there's so much I want to say, so this is just going to be a rant. It's going to be all over the place. I don't never do anything outlined or anything like that. You know, like I said, I'm just making this for the record. It's like, yeah, I could be saying that. I could just be saying like, yeah, I told you so. I've been talking about it all day on Twitter. But it just pisses me off as somebody who patronized Call of Duty all these years, and there's been fan base after fan base after fan base that was like, hey, we're in the trenches, we're playing the game, we're investing our sweat time into this game, just listen to what we're saying. And I'm not tired of hearing that excuse, well, we can't make everybody happy, dude. I don't want to hear that. I mean, that's BS, man. Because there's a core group of fans that's never steered them wrong. What really bothers me is that it was years ago, and I've told this story many a times while I was streaming, but I'm just gonna point this is what led up to all of this anyway. There's years and years and years ago. I don't know what I forgot what it was like. Maybe 10 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, maybe 8 years ago. I don't remember how many years ago it was, but it was during the time when Machinima was holding award shows, and I guess I could even go back further. Look, Vince Zampella and Jason West were the godfathers of modern first-person shooter games. Period. You know what I mean? They're the ones that created the genre that everybody else followed, and they created Call of Duty. And Bobby Kotick's and Activision CEO, they got greedy. At the end of the day, that's what really happened. They just got greedy at the end because they wanted to put it on a year rotation where they could constantly make Call of Duties, snuff out the competition, and maybe they're a victim of their own success. But, that stuff could have all been managed. I think that's probably what I really am upset about, because you could take a fun game, and if you don't manage it and you're just sitting at the top of your throne and you don't see what's going on in the trenches, you don't really care. It's all about numbers, and that's the bottom line, blah, 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 blah. But, Vince Zampella made Call of Duty, and, and Treyarch was brought in, and they didn't know how to do shit. You know what I'm saying? They came in, they were making Spider-Man, some whack-ass game that nobody wanted to play. And they made World at War or whatever, Call of Duty 3, and they could never get any traction. So they created this bullshit, Zombies, which is a dead-ass meta game. Zombies should have separated itself a long time ago as a separate IP. But Zombies is why that Jason West and Vince Zampella are where they at right now. They're at EA. They're at Respawn. Because Activision, Bobby Kotick wanted to get greedy, wanted to make the game on a rotation. So they brought in Treyarch. Treyarch didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They tried to make a Call of Duty game that nobody liked. And nobody would play their game. It was always Infinity War. So Wes was just like, yo, man. Zampella or Vince was like, yo, man. Our studio doesn't want to make zombies. We want to focus on a single game, a single fun experience, which was Call of Duty. And so zombies caught on because that was the trend back then. Yeah, I forgot what it was, Walking Dead, some other dumbass zombie. I always thought Zombies was fucking retarded. It was like a waste of time. It should have been a separate IP. You had first person. You had single player people who didn't play multiplayer. You had zombie people who didn't play multiplayer or single player. None of them had anything to do with each other. And so they brought on the Zombies game, and David Von Haar, got his skills up to the point where he would be able to, copy, become a master copier, made a good copy of, Vince's work. So if it wasn't for the metagame in Zombies, man, Treyarch would have been gone a long time ago. Let's be honest. And the only reason why their game caught on is because, I mean, literally after the third iteration, I think it was Black Ops 1, they finally, and I'm going to be honest, and I'm not trying to try to toot my own horn, but this was before Vaughn was brainwashed by eSports community, and I'm going to get into that in a second. And that's the next part of what I'm going to talk about. But, the community, we would make videos and be like, Vaughn, we would like to see some Vietnam, a Vietnam game. The average age, and, there was like songs, Vietnam. Everybody wanted a Vietnam game. And it was a big fucking hit. He listened to the community. It was a Vietnam game. And then the Machinima Awards show came about. And then this time, Vince was like, fuck this. We're not going to make a meta game. This is my game, Call of Duty. This is the direction we're going to go in. And he was like, fuck that. I'm out of here. So he left. And so they fired him. They got a big lawsuit, and they settled out of court, blah, blah, blah. He got paid. They probably couldn't use a Modern Warfare title. They changed it. And then David Vonderhaar became a master copier. So they copied basically the Call of Duty style of gameplay, and they started adding their dumb shit in the game. So basically, David Vonderhaar is this, he's like this, comes from this generation. I don't want to say generation, probably from, a group of people that were like participation trophy, not the greatest sports people in the world, weren't that competitive, and try to include, just water down the original version of the Call of Duty with fucking dolphin dive and all this shit and take away the drop shotting and taking away freedom general in the game. And it was just really a terrible experience. But in the meantime, Vince was over there working at Respawn, and then the Machinima Awards show. This is where everything changed. This is why, in my opinion, 800 people got fucking laid off and sent to the shit can. And that's because at the Machinima Reward Party, this whole revolution about eSports, I still think eSports, I still think we could have gotten to a social gaming experience. I mean, just what I watched today was Twitch, the Twitch broadcast where it just had the streamers, and it was awesome. It was 560,000 people watching. It was a great event. It wasn't that much of a pro event. It's more or less people who are gamers, and they just go really hard on the game and they play all day. They're not really pro events. They're more of a social gathering event. And I think that's like the next evolution from esports. We just haven't gotten there yet. But I think it's a necessary evil. But I still think that we still could have got to that. We could have took an alternate. We could have took an alternate tangent to get there. We didn't have to go this way. I think it's a very painful and a waste of time. Plus, man, we only got so much time in our life to game. You don't know when you're going to be here. You could be gone tomorrow. So the point being is, David Vonderhaar, it was like Machinima Awards party, Machinima Awards show, and it was like every vulture descended on his low self-esteem. I think, and I'm not trying to judge him as a person, but I believe his character was, he wasn't the most liked person. He probably was an outsider, and he had all these people with, and by at that time it wasn't that big of a social clout. None of these people had big social clout, but these people come into them with the idea and vision of, branding and esports teams. You're talking about all these studios who took time to develop the game and create something that everybody can enjoy. And esports in that particular style was, it's like a cancer. And a cancer takes away everything else in the body because it needs to grow and take over and destroy. And that's basically what branding is. When you come in with an esports team, your agenda is to make sure that, you're the biggest name. You could put your name on fucking plastic cups, t-shirts, hoodies. You're selling an organization. An organization is sold to a corporation. The corporation doesn't care about the organization. The organization doesn't care about, the players, and they don't care about the game. So in the end of the day, there's like this trickle down effect from the corporation just wants to create this branding so that a next generation that's what they see, and they can care less about the game itself. But the thing is, that's a very select few people. That's not the representation of the total community that's playing the game, because not everybody's an esports player. Not everybody is on social media. Not everybody's on YouTube. Most people just come home and they want a game and they want to have a good time and they want to, that's socially, they just socially just want to. That is why Apex Legends is 25 million downloads in less than 2 weeks, because it's not infected with esports cancer. It's not this, hey, these organizations, I mean, the first week out, they want to label this guy's a good player. Let's get Dizzy. Let's sign him. NRG. Blah, 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 blah. And then they're going to start having these tournaments. And then we need to change the game. It's not proper. The wingman's too strong. And the pistol, this too weak. And the game's only been out 8 days and the shit's starting to change. And people get turned off by that, because then you're starting to change the game according to how these pro players want to change the game. And it's a very few select people that is representing everybody. And you've seen this shit happen over and over and over again. If you're a gaming historian, you've seen that shit happen to fucking Halo. You've seen that shit happen to Gears of War. You've seen that shit is happening right now, right in front of your fucking eyes with Call of Duty. I mean, it's literally, they suck the fucking life out of this game. I mean, I was fucking stunned that Charlie Intel came out and said they're going to be selling organizations per state at like the fucking Detroit Lions, esports team, the Lions esports team, or the Pittsburgh Steelers team, and this team and that organization, just so these companies can brand off of this game. If you have so much influence from organizations like Quicken Loans, biggest fucking mortgage company in the world, they own fucking Nate Shot's team, 100 Thieves. And so now they're expecting to have certain type of show within your game to get views from a younger crowd. So when they get older, they fucking get a loan from Quicken Loans, because that's what they see. That's their whole intention. There's no fucking intention on the game being fun and enjoying it and just letting it be. Mark Zuckerberg and fucking Sean Parker, when they had that meeting at the bar, and he was like, you don't even know what the fuck Facebook's going to be yet. How are you going to put ads on before you truly actualize what it is? And so you see this stunting of this before it becomes something big or bigger than esports, before it becomes a social event where everybody can go and it's a fun. And if you want to do your fucking advertising at these social events, go ahead, sponsor a team that's going to be there, but it doesn't affect the game. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's necessary evils and there's necessary things that need to happen to get there, but at the same time, I don't want to suffer. And Call of Duty is the biggest fucking toxic supporter of branding. There's nothing that has to do with Call of Duty. Like, it is totally, like, you can see that the way the game is made is that the people that are making Call of Duty are not even proud to make the game, because how shitty that game looks and what the fuck they're charging you for and how shitty that game runs. Like, when you fucking love somebody, you make a really good fucking, I mean, if you're sitting there cooking for somebody and you love somebody, you put all your love into that cooking, that food, and it turns out so fucking good. But if you're fucking working at McDonald's and you're getting $5 an hour and you're about to get fired out of a fucking cannon because the burgers didn't sell and you don't know if you're going to have a job tomorrow, how do you think that game is going to turn out? It's going to turn out like shit. And nobody cares about it other than the investors, the fucking branding companies, these fucking organizations. Nobody gives a fuck. It's like this little dim fucking little light in the center, and it's just evil all around it. Just fucking cancer just sucking off of it. And it's just fucking nasty. Like, who wants to go into work making a game that they know is not going to be fun at the end of the fucking day?
Like, man, we got these organizations like, fucking 100 Thieves, Optic. They all got, they need to be fucking shown. And they got fucking investors. And the guy from Dallas Cowboys, he owns them. And they got a stadium. They just built a stadium there. And we got to get that going. We got to get people in there. And, fucking feed them, force feed them, fucking Big Macs. Fucking hurry it up. Get them. Eat. It's disgusting. It's fucking disgusting. And then you see something refreshing. Why do you think 25 million people are on Apex Legends? Because you don't have all that fucking cancerous shit on top of that game. It's disgusting. And that is why Call of Duty is a piece of shit. Because David Vonderhaar made the decision because he probably wasn't a very liked person when he was younger. He probably didn't have that much attention. And so he had these people come along. They fucking gassed him up. Like, dude, eSports the way to go. It's the future. But meanwhile, it's like if you had two fucking cents in your head, you would look that at the front page of YouTube was nothing but Call of Duty videos. And that YouTube fucking literally went out of their way to change the fucking algorithm so creators could have a fucking place to be. Meanwhile, in hindsight, nobody ever really understood that gaming is like fucking Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. It is the fucking religion of the future. It was the music. It was the gaming. Why do you think they missed a fucking boat? Why do you think YouTube missed a boat? Because they did the same thing. They listened to the toxic people, creators. Instead, it could have been fucking Twitch. It could have been the biggest gaming forum. They didn't let it actualize. They didn't let it become what it was supposed to become. YouTube was supposed to become the biggest fucking gaming forum in the world. And they killed it. And David Vonderhaar and Call of Duty and Activision killed it. They didn't either 100 kill games. That's embarrassing. We can't have that going on. We can't have videos with 1 million views on it. That's where everybody's fucking eyeballs are at. I mean, how fucking stupid can you be? I mean, at the end of the day, if everybody's eyes are on your game and playing your game and looking at your game, where do you think they're going to be? They're going to be on your game. But if you take away the fucking YouTube shit and you take away this and you start tearing it all down and, hey, well, fucking eSports, 20,000 views, CLW. What? I mean, fuck, the lowest person on fucking Apex has got that many views, more than the whole fucking channel of Twitch has. And then you kill the new creators who came up behind us, like fucking Swag XBL and Korean. They fucking pour their guts out on Black Ops 3. And what do? You change the format completely. You totally just sank that fucking ship. You should be helping these creators who are going out of their way to put views on your game for free. It costs you nothing. Instead, you want to fucking brand everything, and you want to make sure that companies and corporations get paid off of your studio's hard work in a game that's was even fucking created by you in the first place. Let's be honest here. Dave Vonderhaar became a fucking excellent copier, and then when he dropped Blackout, it was a disaster. He couldn't copy. I mean, look, Vince got smart. He's like, you know what? I'm going to wait to drop my game after David Vonderhaar. And he did that. And guess what? David Vonderhaar, he knew as soon as it hit 1 million, the game was over. He started tweeting shit like, man, I'm sorry. And he was feeling sorry for himself. He was feeling sorry because he made the wrong decision. He's feeling sorry because his decisions in the past cost 800 people and their families their livelihood. It wasn't that he made a bad game, but fucking a lot of people, almost 1,000 people were going to lose their job because he decided eSports and branding and taking YouTube 100 kill games and having fun away from everybody. And when you could have just you didn't even know what you had. Let the community grow. They were having esports tournaments without you. They had Call of Duty 4 esports tournaments. They didn't fucking Weston's and Pella didn't make no changes to the game. They're like, fuck, you want to have your esports tournament? Go ahead. The fighting game community, prime example of that. They grew without support from the developers until recent. I mean, now what's even more amazing is that you have
eSports players who actually became the producer and designers for Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat 11 looks amazing. You know, I mean, I could see that. It makes sense mechanically. Mechanically, I could see it makes sense. They took some fans. They took some fans from Mortal Kombat and put them on payroll and say, make the next game. They do that for Call of Duty. What do? They pick some people that didn't represent the community, and it turned out to be a disaster. So, I mean, you know, what do you think you're going to see in the future? You got Infinity Ward. Their backs are up against the wall. They don't have no leadership. They have no creative genius over there like West or Zimpella. They fired every last head of their studio after the game was released. I don't know how many studio heads they went over there. And then Bobby Kotick has the nerve to say, well, we have record profits. We're going to lay off 1,000 people, 800 people. But we're going to have a most fantastic game you've ever seen that's coming out. Are you fucking shitting me? You think that you just fired 800 people and you just said you had the most fantastic income coming in, that those people are going to go to battle for you and make a good game? They're going to go out of their way to fuck you because you fucked their friends in their office. They're like, fuck you. They're not going to make a good game. It's going to be garbage. At best, Call of Duty in general, a military shooter, if that fucking game ain't on Unreal 4 engine, if that game isn't free, if that game doesn't have 1 million fucking weapons, if that game doesn't have like fucking 20, 30 maps when it comes out, forget it. You're going to have to go above and beyond. You're going to have to bring in people from the community like myself and others who ain't your fucking eSports branded homos whose agenda is to put money in their pocket, but really just care about the game. You need to bring people in like that so you could show that you really care about the community. They're not going to listen to somebody say, this is the best Call of Duty ever. They say that shit every single year because they get paid to say that. You got to be able to take constructive criticism, not be part of this participation bullshit trophy garbage can. We got to, fuck that, dude. If your game sucks, I'm going to tell you your game sucks. And we need to fix it. You want a fucking great game? You got fucking people who have been in the trenches here forever on YouTube. You could bring those people in. Bring myself in. Bring in Swag. Bring in Korean. Bring in Jive Turkey. Bring in fucking Wings of Redemption. Bring in fucking T Martin. Bring in people. I don't know. There's tons of guys that have been playing a long time. Ace. Ace Exclusive Ace. Tons of regular dudes. Elite Shot. They're not going to fucking blow you up. They're going to tell you the game. Is it fun to play? Is it not fun to play? Sit down and look at the game and say, look, man, I mean, this stuff doesn't come together. It just doesn't feel right. The gun sounds don't sound real enough. You want this good experience, this special experience. Nobody gives a fuck about zombies. Nobody gives a fuck about single player campaign. I mean, maybe some, but not most. But I know zombies is pretty much, that's a dead horse, okay? I mean, even Walking Dead, all the stars left the show. I mean, it's done. And to be frank with you, Call of Duty probably is done too, just in general. Nobody wants to play, hey, okay, Spawn, let's play. I think we need something like Battle Royale, a short map. I mean, Apex. I mean, if we take Battlefield, and that's another thing, too. You're telling me that Black Ops 3, which handedly defeated Titanfall, Black Ops 3 couldn't beat Apex Legends right now. I mean, literally, how fucking stupid do you got to be? Like, you can't see it. Like, that game destroyed it. It had better running mechanics, better wall running, better specials, better cooldowns, better cool looking special characters. All you had to do is take that, expand on the characters. I even do some cross-platforming gaming with Ed Boon. I mean, fuck, just can you imagine if you had Sub-Zero or Stryker or Johnny Cage, who was in Black Ops 3, who had 3 specials, 3 cooldowns. I can fucking, like, each character had 3 specials, fucking 6 cooldowns. It would be disgusting. Like Sub-Zero with this fucking snow orb around him. You try to jump in and you freeze and you fall and you fucking bunch of ice crystals or some shit. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. A battle royale game like that across
between Black Ops 3, I can imagine gravity spikes and fucking. And another thing too, let me mix up the specials. So like, I could give Sub-Zero the gravity spikes, and give fucking somebody else's like the snow clone or whatever. I can mix all those, and I can mix and match those attributes. I mean, you could take all the maps in Black Ops 3, and then if you want to get to each area, you just put running walls. And the action would be way cooler, 360 in the air, jump, dive, spin, off the walls, boom, shakalaka. Fuck! What's wrong with that? And then, I look at Apex Legends and I say to myself, hey, how about make a 60-man game? Because there's no Call of Duty's ever had 60 players, 60 players in like a team deathmatch game. And you could do the shrinking circle if you want. You could do other things, but I'm just throwing that out as an idea. 60 people, you spawn in, and you get 5 lives each. You just keep spawning, and you fucking battle. And whoever has the most kills at the wins. At the end wins. You get to the end of the circle or whatever. Have King of the Hill, all the maps. You can run to the top. Whatever. I don't know. I'm just saying, make it a quicker, funner, most fun game. It's got to be better than what's out there now. Apex Legends is decent, but it's incomplete. It's an incomplete game. It's in the right direction, but it's still incomplete. The great thing about Apex Legends is it has nuances that you can discover on your own. Like, swooping in and pulling up on the jets, and then, shimmying left to right. Extra flight time. The grappling hook guy, he could grapple on the ground and use it like a pogo stick or go around corners. Those are the things that nobody's telling you to do that unless you see it and you're like, wow, that's awesome. Like slide shooting people. And those are cool things in the game that people like to discover on their own. But I think Black Ops 3 already had all that stuff built into it. I mean, you had boost jump, double jump, wall run. I mean, and then you got to coordinate that with controller skills. That game would be a huge hit. And that's the thing. If Boots on the Ground was supposed to be such a big fucking success, then why didn't Activision meet its estimates by the street for the analyst and fail? And the reason goes back to what I was saying. Not everybody is on social media. Not everybody is an influencer. Not everybody's on YouTube. So that margin of people that sat there and kept pounding David Vonderhaar, Activision, we gotta have boots on the ground. Boots on the ground. And now look, everybody's on Apex Legends ass. That ain't no boots on the ground. This got sliding and all that shit, and everybody's perfectly fine with it. Flying, fucking grappling, all kinds of crazy shit in the game. And you're telling me people want boots on the ground, and then you have Bobby Kotick, who's fucking CEO, completely fucking disenfranchised for what's going on, not even in the trends. Dude, we're going to have a classic Call of Duty game. We were supposed to have a classic Call of Duty game about Advanced Warfare. Sledgehammer was supposed to fucking do that. That's how many fucking Call of Duties ago? 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 4 years ago. We're supposed to have it. It's too fucking late for that. The cat is already out of the fucking bag. Apex Legends, 25 million, 600,000. I mean, they fucking blew up. Fortnite is over. I didn't think anything would ever beat Fortnite, but it's a wrap for Fortnite. Ninja won the first tournament. He got carried by Dizzy, but Shroud's got 191,000. Damn, man, ain't nobody playing Fortnite. That's as dead as Minecraft now. So, look, I gave you all my advice right here. You wanna? I know it's not gonna mean much because Bobby Kotick and the CEO and all those people, they don't give a fuck. I'm a nobody. I'm just making a video. Maybe some studio heads who have the ability to do what they want without interference from the publisher. If you got those type of people
and you don't want to take a big fucking risk and have a failure. I mean, there is a formula down there, you know. Anybody can fucking hire Dr. Disrespect, Shroud, Ninja, and have them play their game for a couple days. But we all see how that turned out. You know, that formula they tried with Activision and Blackout, but it wasn't sustainable because the game was fucking trash. So there is a formula there, but you still need real players. You got to have people that don't have branding, who don't have agendas, who don't have an image to upkeep. This is what I'm talking about. The real fans of the game that are out here, who don't, I speak for them, that are not on YouTube, that are not on Twitter, that are not on social media, that go to work, come back, and just want to game and have fun. I speak for the fun aspect of gamers. You want to make the game fun, but not too easy like Battlefront? I can do that. You know, you can. I mean, how do you take the Star Wars franchise with a 10-year contract and not make one sustainable Star Wars game? You literally ruin the fucking name of the franchise. EA fucking sucks. You're lucky that you scooped Vince, or you'd be in a world of fucking shit. Trust me. And and that's another thing. Come on, look. You look at Activision. They picked up Bungie. Bungie's a shit company. And they dropped them like a hot potato. Vince was legit. His studio was legit. You should have never let him go. But, and it's funny, you know, it's like Microsoft carried the shit out of Bungie, and they're carrying the shit out of 343. Those two shitty studios making shitty games. And EA's carrying DICE too, and they make shitty Battlefield games. Their games are all shit. No one plays their shit games. Activision, the only reason why Call of Duty was any good was because of Vince. And, you know, imitation, you can only copy. You could be in college and you copy all the tests and you fucking go through school and you get that degree. But once you get put on by the job by yourself and you got to perform and you can't come up with your own ideas, oh, there you go. There's David Vonderhaar. He copied as long as he could. But the shit, when you shit on the ground and the snow melts, it always surfaces. You still got to clean the shit out of the backyard. Your dog shits in the backyard, shit surfaces. And David Vonderhaar's shit is surfacing right now. He cost 800 people their fucking job. That's way above my pay grade. Look, that's an admission of guilt. Hey, man, your girlfriend's got a hot ass. Oh, bro, I'm just kidding. No, you're not kidding. You're looking at my girl's ass, and you know you're fucking telling the truth. Same thing with David Vonderhaar. Oh, it's 3 to 10. He's fucking used a margin 3 to 10 grades above my pay grade. So which is it? 3 or 10? I mean, there's like a fucking about 20 other steps in between there. So what you're saying is it was you that fucked everybody. Your decision. You want to take all the you want to take all the fucking fame and glory. Look at me. I'm wearing an Optic shirt and fucking I'm part of Optic. I'm great. And now when the shit hits a fan, you're like a ghost. Poof, gone. Why aren't you out here sticking your chest with the Optic shirt on? I'm fucking making videos and on Twitter and all this stuff and being all like you're super cool and all that shit. Where you at now? Where you at when 800 people are losing their job and you're driving around with your fucking BMW motorcycle and BMW electric car and all that? Are you going to help some of those people that got fired out of your studio like a cannon? I bet you don't do one motherfucking thing for them. Man, it's a coward. So anyways, look, I don't hate the dude. I asked him to have a beer with me in West Hollywood, but he was too scared. He said it got too dark and he wanted to come out there. Maybe he thought he was going to get robbed or something. I just couldn't get to him in time, guys. I'm sorry. Here we are 10 years later. Our game is fucked. And now what? I mean, we got to go. The part that I'm mad about is I got to wait. I got to wait years and years and years for a good game that comes out when I knew it was right there in front of me. We could have made it good. We could have made it great. But now we had to take a fucking detour. Got to hit the side roads. There's an accident. Fucking punch in a different. Got to punch in an alternate route on a GPS, and that takes about years and years off of my life. Years and years off your life. Shitty game time. You know, like the fucking Dark Ages. When we could have avoided all of this. We could have. But, you know, we got to suffer. Just got to suffer. Gaming sucks. Everybody's jumping on Apex Legends like it's the next thing since sliced bread. It's an okay game. At the end of the day, somebody can make a 10 times better game than that. It's just the fact that Call of Duty created such a vacuum in the industry for the last 10 years that finally it's like getting out of a North Korean prison camp and you finally get to eat a fucking number 2 at Wendy's. A double Dave fucking sandwich with fucking bowl of chili. You're like, holy fuck. I've been eating fucking rats for 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Apex is okay. It's not. I mean, I don't mind it, but I know there's better out there. I played the shit out of Titanfall. It had great mechanics in it. It was good, but I know Black Ops 3 is better. Everybody says, some people like to say, "Oh yeah, man, listen. If you play Apex Legends and you're fucking hyping it up, then you feel the same way about Black Ops 3. You just don't know it, because Black Ops 3 destroyed Titanfall. So you can't sit there and tell me that you liked a fucking Titanfalls over Black Ops 3 when Black Ops 3 had way better wall running mechanic, way better fucking boosting mechanic, way better character models, way better special characters, way better cooldowns, way better everything. Guns. Fucking guns. I mean, look, Apex Legends, the fucking scopes on those guns look like shit. I'm not gonna lie. So, and then, the funny part is that you look at Apex Legends, you look at Call of Duty, like you know where the fucking disease came from. That pistols are always overpowered. That wasn't a Dave Vonderhaar thing. That was a Vince Zampella thing. Like the Wingman. I mean, are you fucking serious? I mean, 6-shot and 9-shot pistol. It's all everybody used in that tournament. And I'm thinking to myself, this is where the fucking disease came from. Like nobody ever corrected that. Like pistols are meant to be short range, and you ain't supposed to be able to kill somebody with no bullet drop fucking 10 miles away. Like I don't give a fuck. Fantasy or no fantasy game, that just shit's retarded. Like there's a process: knife, up close, short pistol, medium SMG, assault rifle long distance, and then sniper rifle. Instead, it's like ass backwards: pistol, fucking SMG, fucking assault rifle. Like what? It doesn't make sense to me. So like I said, there's a lot of improvement to be made there. Lots of improvement. I mean, nobody wants to play on 3-man teams, but obviously 3 goes into 60, 20 times, 20 teams. We get it. You don't want to make 100. You don't want to sacrifice the graphics. The graphics are way better on Apex Legends. They look like shit on Blackout. Like, how in the fuck do you even think about releasing the game? Like, their mindset was based on PUBG. Like, you could tell, let's make big maps. They have to be big maps. They got to be. Like, when fucking Drifter came out and did this diagram, it's going to be 100 kilograms of fucking kiloliter, whatever the fuck he was saying, kilometers and shit, and then they fucking went and hurried and made it bigger. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Listen to people influence. Just fucking have confidence in yourself and drop the game the way you want to fucking drop it. That's what Vince did. He's like, listen, we're going to drop 3 fucking teams, 60 guys, that's it. It's going to have great graphics. I know what the fuck we're doing here. I don't need nobody to tell me what to do. You want to play eSports? Go ahead. I'm not changing the game for that. You guys play eSports. Have fun. Because the bottom line is that Vince is a fucking genius. He knows that people want to have fun with the game. If you got the fans there, esports will come if you want to have it. But if you're like Call of Duty and you have nobody playing the game, then how in the fuck do you think people are going to watch your esports tournaments? So if nobody's watching your game, nobody's buying loot boxes, and nobody's playing your game, and you're selling your game pay to play, fucking $60 CD, what do you think that money's coming from to pay for no watching esports, branding bullshit, infection, cancer? Where? It's not gonna happen. That's the next thing on it. That's the next thing. All these fucking teams and people thinking getting paid $4,000 or $5,000 a month, big ass houses, and getting all these tournament money. You think they're going to cut 800 people and not cut that shit? Esports is next on the chopping block because ain't nobody watching the shit and ain't nobody buying the loot boxes. So nobody's there to support it. Where are you getting the money to support that? It's not, I mean, it's not, where? So, anyways, that's my rant for today. I'd love to do some gaming, but I don't want to because, I mean, I don't mind Apex Legends, and I'm definitely not playing Black Ops 4. That's a fucking disaster. So, I hope you enjoyed my rant. I hope these developers, this is for the record, for gaming YouTube record. For the record, it's your boy, YouTube Gaming. That's what I do. Giving you some history. Until next time. Oh, man, that fucking game sucks. I feel bad for those guys. Yeah, they killed that shit, dude. I mean, you look at this game, I mean, there's a lot of missing. There's a lot, I mean, this game to me reminds me of Halo. You know, it's not complete. And I don't buy the argument. I don't buy the argument that, you know, you have to learn this game and it's not a participation game. I mean, I don't buy that argument, you know, that you have to be good at it. So, all right, fellas, man, I hope you enjoyed the rant. You know, I'm just disappointed because I was here in the beginning, and you know, I'm not trying to be like that. Who do you think you are, Fist? You're nobody. Nobody's just gonna base the game around how you want it to be made. You're not developer. You're not the programmer. You're not the producer. You know, you're not the man that makes the decisions on that. You know, I mean, that's easy to say that. But I'm that person that is in that fucking pie chart that is 85% of the people who play your game. They all play the game how I like to play the game. You know, they like to discover things. They like new things. They like to have fun at the game. You know, I don't see why you have to have an eSports agenda ruining everybody's fun when they can clearly have a game outside of the game and not affect how the game is processed and developed, because all it does is chase away new players. And you need fan base. Like, the whole point is to have views on your game, eyes on your game. I'm excited. Vince has been around a long time. He knows how to manipulate social media. He knows what people want. He knows what they're looking for. And I think this game is probably the tail end of his influence, because it's not as great as it. I mean, 25 million, you can't deny that. You really can't. But I don't think it's. I think, like I said, it's a vacuum created by Call of Duty that is being filled by Vince. That, you know, other companies. It's basically cracked open the door that Call of Duty had a hold on this gaming in general. And so there would be a lot. I mean, before Call of Duty, there was a ton of games. During Call of Duty, I mean, every game tried to come out and got squashed. I mean, you think about the games that tried to come out. I mean, there's Frontlines, Fuel of War. I mean, I can't remember all of them. There were some great games that came out, but because of social media and they didn't understand how it operated and how to market their game, they got killed. And I think a lot of people just stopped making games at that point. But now that there's, you know, nobody really, I mean, especially if you see the backlash now on Twitter, I mean, their stock is going to be hit so hard. We live in such a we live in a social justice, social media, you know, I don't want to use a word like liberal, you know, Democrat, you know, everybody hates Trump.
if you do wrong and you're the big, rich, toxic white man, you will go down in flames. And when Bobby Kotick's, he looks like the dude. I mean, maybe that's why that's what Vincent Bella created Gastic, whatever. I mean, maybe that's Bobby Kotick's. He's the CEO of, Activision. He comes out and he's like, "Oh, I'm so fat and get in my belly. I'm gonna fire 800 people and we had the biggest profits, and I don't even realize social media around here. What? I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. we ate so good off of Call of Duty, but we need to fire 800 hardworking family people because our games are gonna suck in the next 2 quarters. So we gotta make up for that right now. So you're all fired, you fucking peasants. You're done." And fucking media just went fucking wild on that shit. They're like, "Fucking Activision firing everybody. You're evil. Those poor families." And it is. I'm not trying to make fun of it. It's bad. It's a bad situation. But to come out like that, to be that insensitive as a CEO in this day and age, you can't do that. I mean, you got to come up with something better than that. You got to look, man. Call of Duty was a failure. Blaming David Vonderhaar, his ideas for Blackout was totally bad. We're gonna fire 800 people from Treyarch. The rest of you people can keep your jobs. And we're gonna retire David. We're gonna make David Vonderhaar and David Vonderhaar resign. We're gonna disband Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward, and we're gonna have David Lima from Treyarch reorganize that. Even though we had great profits, it wasn't. I mean, the reason why I missed estimates was because of Call of Duty, but Candy Crush and those other games, that's where we made our profits and margins. I'm sorry for the losses when we got to cut people, but it's a business and not get in my belly. You peasants are fired. Bleh. Not that. You know what I mean? It's kind of you got to come out and do a little bit different than that. So they're going to get crucified tomorrow in the stock market. They don't have any foreseeable games. I'm going to tell you right now, if you're an investor, you probably should take out all your money because, one, they don't have any foreseeable games. Activision doesn't have any games coming out for Call of Duty. They're all garbage. Their next Call of Duty, if it isn't a fucking Unreal 4 brand new engine, it looks like, if it doesn't look fucking, if it doesn't look organic and like gritty and have that wet Unreal 4 Mortal Kombat 11 engine look to it, if you're still running this cartoon shit, forget it. It's toast. And to have just basic maps where people run around and kill each other, and that's kind of a thing of a past. I mean, people are fucking fed up with it, to be honest with you. I mean, you look at it and you go, I can't even get excited. I think people, like I said, the reason why they're so they like to play Apex is because, one, it's free, so it doesn't cost you nothing. Two, it's like crack, and I'm not saying it's crack, but I'm saying it's like crack for these new people. When they see something, and that's the thing, they didn't bring out a bunch of people and go, "Hey, we're gonna tell you everything about Call of Duty. Now go home and make a bunch of videos about it." And now, because I saw all your videos, T. Martin and fucking Ali A, I don't have to fucking play the game because there's everything you just showed me. This game was sprung on us. You see people play, you see people do things in the game, and you're like, "Ooh, I want to try that." You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't watch videos explaining the game. I try to figure things out. If I can't figure it out, then I'll watch a video. But then after I watch a video, I'm like, "Ooh, I want to try that." And then it feels like I discovered something. And that's what gets me hooked on the game. Because I feel like I discovered it and I want to experience it. Not go, "Oh, let me watch a Drifter video." And fucking the game's not even out like for another 2 weeks, but he's already got the breakdown on the fucking gun. 10, 15 damage, 30 long range. This gun has a bunch of recoil. Blah, 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 blah. Don't use this gun. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, well, fuck. I mean, all I got to do is pick these two guns. It's over. You have to let people discover the game. You can't let people post videos about a game before it even comes out. You got to let the fans discover it. That's the power. That's the fun of gaming. It's like, you want somebody hooked on your game, you have to make the game. It's got to be free to play. They got to discover it. It's not like automatic combos in Mortal Kombat 3 where you just fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 5 fucking 10 combos. It's like combos that are not listed, but you do them and they still give you the percentage. You'll be like, ooh, I just made up a combo. That's the same thing in this game. They don't show you the combos. So if you use Bangalore and she busts out the smoke, and then you got this dude with the fucking owl on his back, you know, the bird, he could see through the smoke, and that's a combo. You and your friend use a combo. Or you use the guy with a grappling hook. The guy with a grappling hook can grapple around corners. He can grapple, pole vault over fucking... he can see, you know, you could pole vault with a... Those are things you could discover, you know. Those are the things that people appreciate that they could discover on their own, and that keeps them coming back. You have to, like, that's just with anything. Like, I discovered this awesome beach in Florida that nobody knows about. I'm going to go over there. Keeps you coming back because nobody else knows about it. I mean, even though it's there and you know about it, you can't have a bunch of fucking people come down there and expose everything in your game and show your whole ass before the game comes out, because then why the fuck do I want to play it? So there's so much toxicity in Call of Duty, and it's finally reached a nirvana. And if this fucking Call of Duty doesn't come out bedazzling, if it doesn't come out with a fucking bedazzling firework, fucking, if this game doesn't want to make me turn me into a fruitcake. I mean, if I just want to just turn inside out, if I see this game and it doesn't make me feel that way, then it's probably not going to make anybody else feel that way either. And you're just going to look at it and go, yeah, whatever. Next. The problem is that for the last 3 years, people have fallen for the CEO coming out and saying, this is going to be the best Call of Duty ever. And then they threw a teaser out there. Nobody's falling for that anymore because there's great games out right now. You got PUBG, you got Fortnite, you got Apex Legends. Nobody's falling for, hey, it's going to be a great game. We already know what Call of Duty's going to do. Unless you come out with a fucking whole new engine that runs like butter, that's got more than 6v6, 9v9, you better come out with a fucking miracle. A miracle. Because that's the only thing that's saving your ass. Esports ain't fucking saving you. Optic Gaming and fucking 108 shot thieves backed by quicking loans don't give two fucks about your game. All they care about is branding their products and leeching like cancer off your studio's development to get fucking paid. They don't give a fuck about you. That's why David Vonderhaar, Hutch, and all those other fucking people that play Blackout and fucking gas you up ain't even playing your game anymore. They don't care about you. So, as the old saying goes, you want a friend, buy a fucking dog. You know what I'm saying? See, you should have a fucking little dog in your office, David Vonderhaar. You should have to be sitting there and says, he should be wearing a shirt that says, I bought a friend. Because that's your only friend, really. That's it. Oh, man. I don't want to be vengeful. I don't want to be say I told you so, but I fucking told you so. I fucking told you so. God, my videos go back about 10 years. I'll be trying to tell that motherfucker. But look, I try to tell Wings the same thing. I said Wings, Woody, and fucking... what was his name? Russian, FPS Russia. I was like, those dudes are playing you. Told him on Skype. He didn't listen. Fucking cost that dude millions. I cost myself millions. I could have been a millionaire 10 times over on YouTube if I had to walk the fence and be like, hey guys, what's going on? My name's Sunday. Let's have some Minecraft videos. Whoa. You know, I mean, if I looked like the pedo guy, I probably have been a millionaire 10 times over. But fuck it, man. Money isn't everything. You know, I mean, so it's nice, but it ain't everything. You know, you can make money other ways. You don't have to fucking sell your soul out. You know, so and that's it. So I'm
I'm like the motherfucking Oracle on YouTube. The 7 factors of fisticuffs. Somehow, some way, your favorite commentator is connected to me. So, if you ever want to know the truth about a game or about some commentator, you just let me know. I'll fucking set you straight. Been here long enough. I know. Anyways, I'm out. See you guys later. I hope you enjoyed the rant video. I mean, I tell you at the end of the day, I don't think Modern Warfare 4, Modern Warfare 2, whatever the fuck Modern Warfare military game they're gonna make is gonna be any good. I mean, when you look at the history of Infinity Ward, they always make a game. It looks like you're playing an SD. It's never fucking clear. It's always got some kind of mist in front of it. I don't know. That's their fucking trademark. I fucking can't stand it. I mean, every game that I can remember of Infinity Ward, there's always some kind of like particles. Like they go overboard on the mist. Come on, please, if you're watching Infinity Ward, just fucking please, this version. No more overpowered handguns. Handguns are from fucking 5 to 10 feet, okay? You got a bulletproof vest, 5%, five hit points. 5 hit points. Bring back the fucking knife. You know, when I get into a fight and someone's close to me, I'm gonna fucking knife them. All right, I want that back. I want the pistol at short range. If a guy's at short range and he gets too far, the pistol doesn't do any damage. If you're gonna make a modern combat game, and then you're listening, Infinity Ward, if you're taking that route, and that's where all the indicators are going, you're making a modern Call of Duty game. Bring back the fucking knife. Because I get into a fight and I gain real estate and I lose it because I have to butt somebody twice with a gun and it takes me that much time to kill them. That's bullshit. Because if I was in a real fight and I ran out of bullets, I'd be taking out my fucking Bowie knife and that's fucking, we're fighting to the death. I'm not going to sit there and not drop my gun and fucking headbutt you a couple of times with the butt of my gun and hopefully you die. No, I'm going to whip out that fucking knife. Poof! Bring back the knife. If I'm at short range and I can't turn my pistol in between or my gun between doors, I bring out my pistol short range. Pop, 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 pop. That should be in the game. Medium range, SMGs. Be true to yourself. Don't let eSports ruin the game by saying, SMGs should be more powerful. Make people play the game the way it's supposed to be played. Assaults are medium to long range. Obviously, they're heavier weapons, so they take longer to turn left to right. And that's another fucking thing. I've been asking for 12 years. Sensitivity per weapon class. So if I'm using the SMG, I can store the sensitivity into the SMG class. If my gun runs out of ammo and I pick up an assault rifle, my fucking if-then statement defaults to the assault rifle settings. If I'm running an SMG character and I'm going to lower the sensitivity because it's a light gun. It's going to move left to right, up and down. But then I move to an LMG character and it's slower because the gun's heavier and I got to turn my sensitivity up. And then all of a sudden I get an AC-130 and the fucking thing's like, do. And I got to go fuck. I'm only in a C-130 for 30 seconds, but let me stop what I'm doing and change the sensitivity because I was using the LMG because the sensitivity is too high. Now my fucking kill streak sucks and it ruins my experience. Have the fucking sensitivity settings per weapon. Holy fuck, I've been asking for 12 years. 12 years. Haven't got sensitivity settings on weapon classes yet. Oh, that one right there just drives you nuts. So they need to have that. And yeah, come on, bring back the Harrier jet, bring back the fucking chopper. Let's have 2 kill streaks. Bring back the fucking guy who takes out the fucking the door and the fucking got the Gatling gun. Also bring out the chopper, the one that you're in the Apache and fucking bring them all back. So I can pick the freedom of kill streak that I want to use. I want to fucking have the Patriot missile. I want to have the Hellfire. I want to have the Lightning Strike. I want to have the fucking things that I miss the Patriot missile. That was the fucking best. You could send that bitch down and curve it and hit somebody inside a fucking window. That was the shit. What happened to that one? Bring back the microwave. I like the microwave where I could just set it. The turrets that actually kill people. You know, I mean, there's fucking turrets that are stupid that turn for fucking 10 minutes trying to find somebody. Fuck that. If I set down this turret to take care of the area, you should be able to fucking, boom, knock that shit out. Non-lethals don't take out specials. You know what I'm saying? That shit shouldn't take out a special the whole game. Come on, common sense here. I just want common sense in a military game. Common sense. Common sense. And for the love of God, fucking Barrett 50 caliber snipers, people can't run around. Fuck that, dude. Make the snipers, if you're good at shooting somebody, you want to quick scope somebody, they gotta be, if you're getting shot, you fucking have the same attributes as the other person unless you're spending points on the perk for flinch. Don't pull this bullshit like it's in Black Ops 4. Motherfuckers like taking 10 fucking hits and he can still snipe somebody. That's bullshit. Make them motherfuckers spend the points on the perks if they want to shoot like that. That's not fair to everybody else who's playing the game, and they got to spend the same amount of perks and the same amount of points on their character. If you had that dumbass pick 10 system, I'm not saying if you do, but if you did, make that shit. Come on, we gotta have some balance here. And that's about it. Splash damage on the rockets. Bring back the javelin. I mean, if I'm running around with an RPG-7, fucking, I should be able to kill you. I don't give a fuck what you're wearing. Boom, you're dead. If I got a javelin, you're dead. You're not getting out of those. If you want to have a grenade launcher, you're going to have to burn a perk for that. And it's not a one-man army either. But it at least stops people from camping. And that shit should have mad splash damage. Take out anybody camping in the room. I don't know why I got to keep making the games for you people over there. I wouldn't be surprised. It would be pretty cool if we had bigger maps and you brought in vehicles for the very first time into Call of Duty. I'm not saying bring in like a lot of vehicles, but maybe like, you know, if we were going to go to Pakistan and there was a theater where it's in Pakistan having like the 190 diesel Mercedes Benz, where if I'm an SMG character, I can slap C4 on it and drive up to a group of dudes, jump out the car, boom, blow everybody up. That'd be cool. You know, I want something like that. You know, I mean, like a pickup truck or something. I'm not saying you got to have like a M1 Abrams in the motherfucker, but just some simple vehicles, you know, just to have a little bit more fun and some action in there. And that's about it. I mean, VStat, SR71, just bring the fun back. Just bring the fun back. That's all I'm saying. And fuck these concussion and flash grenades lasting for an hour, maybe like 5 seconds. You know, for God's sake, and no tactical insertion. For the love of God, do not bring back tactical insertion. I think that covers it. What about support streaks? Nah, man, I'm good with that. No participation, loser streaks. You got to earn that shit, dog. I mean, wait, I take that back. Let me see something. I don't know, man. It's a tough call because Apex Legends, they have specials that just generate over time. And I don't know, man. Support streaks is as long as support streaks have a counter to them. If I can counter supports, if everything has a counter in the game, I can say support streaks would be alright. Specialist perks, I don't know. I mean, here's the thing. I don't want to have so many. I don't want you to spend so much that you can't use a pistol or a grenade. We've gotten away from having a secondary pistol and a grenade, a grenade and a non-lethal. A lot of people will camp, or there'll be areas that you need to check. So you use the grenade and you get the white cross in your screen, and that tells you if somebody's there. And I think we need that back somehow. I mean, maybe we need to have a pick 12 system, but I think it should be automatic. Like, instead of charging us for the non-lethals and lethals, that you should be you should be able to pick. That should be automatic. Like, those 3 points, no matter what, you should be able to pick pistol, lethal, non-lethals. You should be able to have that because of your gun's gonna run out of ammo, and you got to be able to switch to your pistol, and you got to be able to check areas. And that's the fun of the game. It keeps the game moving. So if you're running and you're like, okay, there's a room over there, I know usually somebody's camping in there. Let me check it with a concussion grenade. Boom! You get the crosshairs. You're like, okay, I know somebody's in there. Let me go in there. You're on your last fucking clip of ammo, you run out. You're like, automatically pull out your pistol. Bam, 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 it comes into a pistol battle. You run out of ammo with your pistol, and it's down to the fucking knife fight. You win. You fucking get so hype on that situation. It's like it's a step ladder going down. It's not you go into a room and you guys run out of ammo and you guys are doing this fucking dance while you're trying to reload. It's so stupid. You want to be rewarded for gaining that real estate, and you want to get into that fight and then go down that check down process. Stun, check, pistol, kill, win. Not let's run out of ammo, and it comes to fucking, who can hit each other with an elbow. It's stupid. Yeah, you gotta bring the nuke back. Fucking A, bring the nuke back. The nuke has got to come back. How embarrassing. Like, it's a participation trophy. Like saying, hey, I got the nuke medal. Here it is. I got the nuke medal. I mean, where's the fucking nuke at? I mean, let's see. That's the whole thing about it. You're a badass motherfucker. You go and take on 3 dudes and you kill them. Your streaks get up and you start to win. And your team is about to lose. And you got that one last ace in the card. You need the nuke in the game, because the way YouTube is laid out now, you're going up against teams. So if you don't have the nuke in your back pocket, you get down, you're playing against a team, and then in Black Ops 4, you could barely kill 2 people. You could barely kill 2 people with a fucking weapon. So then you fucking, you can't carry your team. So the other aspect of it is, am I good enough to carry my team that we can win this game? And then you get down, and let's say you're with a bunch of bad players, and they're feeling down about themselves. They're like, oh, fuck, we're about to lose. But you went and got all your streaks. You got the 25 kills. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to. You got your 25 kills. And fuck that shit. You need to get 25 gun kills. It's 25 kills, period. That's it. You get the helicopter. You get the chopper. You get the Harrier jet. Boom. You get the 25 kills. You save that ace for the hole. You get down to the last fucking 74 kills. I mean, you came back and won for your game, and then the people that fucking suck on your team, they still feel like they won. Of course you got to bring back the nuke. Bring back the nuke, the mother of all bombs. Man, you should be able to pick which one you want. You should be able to do the mother of all bombs and then the nuke. Like, if you're a fucking super badass, you get 2 of those motherfuckers. Like, chopper, mother of all bombs, nuke. Let motherfuckers go ham. Let them post a video like, I got the mother of all bombs and nuke in the same game. These are my kill streaks. Look, I'm a badass. Why do we have to have 3? Why do we have to have 3 kill streaks? Why can't we have 5 kill streaks? Why not reward us for the kills? Who gives a fuck? Like, what's the problem? Why can't we have 5 kill streaks? 2 for UAV, 3 for counter UAV, 5 for whatever. Let people just let them have fun. Come on, man. Come, let us have fun. The more shit on the screen, the more shit that's going on, the hype it is. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be fun. I mean, you should have UAV, counter UAV, Harrier jet, chopper, nuke. 5 streaks. UAV, counter UAV, or whatever other kill streak. You could do UAV, chopper, Harrier jet, Apache chopper, nuke. 5 kill streaks. It doesn't cost you nothing. You could pick any 5 you want. It doesn't cost you any extra points to add extra 2 kill streaks. Why not? There shouldn't be a penalty for choosing 5 kill streaks, and there shouldn't be a penalty for carrying a weapon and a non-lethal and a lethal. You should just have those things. Because now there's more variables I get to deal with and play for. Now, obviously, you can't, if somebody else has a Harrier or a helicopter in the air or something like that, they can't use it. I mean, that's common sense. You know, a Harrier cancels out a helicopter. So if somebody calls a helicopter, you call in the Harrier. And the Harrier will fucking shoot down the helicopter. Fucking simple as that. You throw an EMP, cancels out the nuke. They can't call on the nuke because the EMP is going to kill all the electronics in the game. I mean, I'm just saying, make a counter for everything. You know? Have fun with the game. Put it in the game. The more the merrier. Somebody got the fucking helicopter, you got the javelin missile. You hit that bitch with 2 RPGs, it's down. If you got the skills to aim an RPG, because it's kind of like screwy when it flies, it's great, you know? Even if you have a grenade launcher, if the helicopter comes down far enough and you hit it with 2 grenade launchers, I'm not saying it's going to knock it out, but it'll put a lot of damage on it, and somebody else can shoot it with an LMG. I mean, that'd be cool. How about the claymores? Claymores, tripwires, betties. Dude, let us fucking play. Let us have fun. Man, I'm just saying, man, we gotta let go. We gotta let go. We gotta have fun with the video game. You know what I'm saying? You know, and another thing too, if somebody has a sexual orientation, you don't need to fucking paste it right in front of there. If you want to assume Wraith is a lesbian, let us think she's a lesbian. I don't care. You know? But if you're going to post it on the game, then we got problems because, you know, you got kids and you're trying to influence them. I mean, I even think it's cool. Like, this guy has this fucking crow on his shoulder. What if you had a character in the next Call of Duty that was a cross between, like, I'm just throwing this out there, like, it would be so cool. I mean, if you had a character like that, I mean, that character looks like Cabal, but you take that character that looks like Cabal. If you look at that character, it looks like Cabal, and he's got the gun, and he's got the bird on his shoulder. I mean, how awesome would that be? Is like his one of his optional special cooldowns is to send this fucking bird and attack you. Now, it doesn't take that much damage, but you could just point, it would home in onto it and attacks it, and dude's trying to fight the birds off and shit, and it's like this, and you know, and if he's busy fighting the birds, then you can shoot him. You know, that'd be so cool in a battle royale game. A fucking Cabal just goes, whew! He's like, what the fuck? That was awesome. You know, I don't know, dude. I'm just not at the right place at the right time. I'd love to make a great game for you guys, but you gotta have somebody that believes in you. You need one person to believe in you that has a studio. Get in there, you make the game, and it's just fucking energy. Nothing but cool ass energy, dude. You know, I miss the game. I miss Project Snowblind. That game came out when Halo came out, and that game was awesome, man. They had a fucking railgun. They had this big orb. They had like combos where you would fight people, and you could send this big electrical orb, be like, and it'd be fucking just come right at you. It just goes right across the whole screen. And at the same time, you had a railgun, so you could throw the big orb on one side, and the person would try to get out of the way from the orb, and you let fucking railgun would go through. I mean, if you charged it all the way up, it would go through buildings. That was a fun fucking game. Project Snowblind, Pariah, those were excellent games. See, games like that didn't get the publicity that were just as good or better than Halo at the time. It's unfortunate. I mean, that game was Project Snowblind was way ahead of its time. It had like this Japanese, these Japanese cities and stuff, and you could fucking. It was awesome. They had this like electric snowballs too. You'd shoot out your gun and they were like little bulbs and they would boop boop boop, and it would fucking stick all over these walls. And you try to run by them, they'd like. Zzz. I was like, that game was fun as fuck. Yeah, auto. I mean, I like auto healing too. You know what I mean, I don't like the fact that you gotta. I mean, that's fucking stupid. And that's another thing I hate about this game too is that you have to pick on the weapon wheel which item you want to put. You cannot hotkey on a analog controller. So the game was really slow on the console. So you have to sit there, you got to go up on the directional T, and then you have to rotate on the weapon wheel to the thing you need to use. Then you hit A or hold down A, and you're trying to do all this while you're trying to fucking get away and being shot at. You just can't do it. So I mean, I think there's as far as this weapon wheel and the way to heat, because I don't like that. I think you don't. I think you don't have to. I think they need to take that out in this game. Like hitting A to do it. I think you should just go up on a directional key and then go to the thing you want to use, and then you just go down on it and select it. And if your character doesn't have the health or the shield, it should be automatic. You shouldn't have to press A because it slows the game down on the console. So that's one of my suggestions. It just because when you're playing on a PC, you fucking have everything hotkeyed. You know, you just fucking A, B, C, D, E. I mean, that's fucking cheap, man. Like, why do I don't have no hotkeys on my controller. Why do I have to do that? I mean, it takes away from the experience. I hate that. So, it's one thing I do not like in this game. I mean, the game would move so much faster if I didn't have to think about that, you know. And there's only so many keys you can use, but the directional key, you know, using that is great idea. It reminds me of Battlefield 2 for the console had the directional key where you switched out weapons, and it was awesome, dude. That was such a fast game. I enjoyed it, and they just need to change that a little bit on here, but. Yeah, Blacklight Retribution reminded me of Halo 2. A restriction of movement. It wasn't as free. I mean, I don't know. A lot of these games have have lag input, or sometimes they don't feel like you don't feel like you can move as easy. That's the number one thing in a video game. If your character is lacking this movement based on agilities in the game, it's not a good thing. And so Blacklight Retribution, people would play that game and it just didn't feel right. I mean, PUBG for a year, took a year to fix that in console. I mean, I went through a nightmare playing that game. And then you know, Halo was like that. It was very clunky. I didn't like it at all. But I think Call of Duty, Battlefield 2, Apex Legends, games like that, very free to move. Even Graw had very free movement, and so not too many games can accomplish that. I don't know what it is. It's like people with very low mathematical C++ skills know how to program character movement really well. I mean, they must fucking suck. So I don't know. Yeah, crossplay. If you crossplay from the console, you have no chance. You'll die. This guys, I mean, they got everything hotkeyed. There's no way you can beat. There's no way. There's no way you can beat a PC player on this fucking joystick, because just for the simple fact, running away and healing at the same time while using your agility is, unless you got like, I would say you'd probably need like at least. You probably need at least a week. So that's like 8 hours a day times 7. You probably need like at least 56 hours in game to master that. If you don't get to play and you're just a weekend warrior or a daily player, that takes so much time to learn that in this game. And that's the thing. That's what's really funny to me is that Bobby Kotick is like, we're making a really good Call of Duty. Do you think all these people who are playing Apex Legend after they learn the game, and here's the point that I'm trying to make. This game is going to be like crack because once people figure out the movement and the map and they feel comfortable with it, then they're going to start spending money on the game. Once they do that, they're not leaving. They're not going to leave this game to go play something else after they invested all this time. So once you lose your fan base from Call of Duty, they're not coming back. They're not coming back. Once you leave the restaurant and you've had a very bad experience, a restaurant just opens up, Outback Steakhouse, and you go there and you get terrible service and the fucking steak is terrible, you're never going back. Because you're not spending $25 or whatever it is on a steak to go back to get another shitty steak. It's just not going to happen. And you're going to leave a fucking terrible review. But it doesn't work that way in the gaming world. I don't know. People keep getting their fucking head smashed in over and over again after they keep giving money. But I'm not going to do that. I mean, if I spend time on this game and it gets really fluid and I enjoy it, then there's no point of going backwards. Because this is a new direction. And I'm going to tell you right now, like I said 2 years ago, I said Battle Royale games are going to be here for 10 years. So get used to it. It's just going to be different versions of Battle Royale. The very first one that was accepted was a military shooter, PUBG. And after that was Fortnite. And now you got Apex Legends. So we're waiting for the next one to come out. You can't count out Activision and all their studios and their money. Eventually, they're going to copy Apex Legends and come out with a better version of this game. There's a lot to improve on in this game. So eventually somebody's going to make a better version of this game that is going to be an offshoot of this game, and people are all going to flock to it, and that's the way to. And they're going to be like, oh my God, Treyarch is such great. The guys are wonderful. David Von Hart redeemed himself. Blah, 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 blah. I mean, that's the best thing that can happen to you is failure. Through failure, you come back and you make a better game. I don't know if he has juice in the tank anymore. I mean, the guy's been making games for like 15, 20 years. He's probably, he doesn't have the energy anymore. Maybe he's too old. And he just, he's like, fuck it, man. I've already got my money. I'm eating good. I don't need to do anything more. And that's it. I mean, if you have that happen to him, then I don't know how long it's going to be before somebody comes along and makes a Apex Legends better version. I mean, this is probably Vince's last great game. Because he's at that age too where he's done too. I mean, you could see it in this game. It's not really the best it can be. You could see it's not the best it could be, but it's better than what Blackout is and what it was. He knew. I mean, the most interesting thing that you could see that a person who created. See, Vince created Titanfall. He completely came up with that idea of wall running and the pilots themselves. Now, Mech Warriors, that's been around for a while. But the pilot gameplay was all his new ideas. And David Von Hart copied all those new ideas with Todd Elderman. And Todd Elderman went to Respawn. Then he quit because he realized that they could do better back at Treyarch, or wherever he went. I forgot where he went, but he went over there and stole all of Vince's ideas and came back to Activision. And Vaughn did a better copied, but Vaughn fell into that trap like all these influencers was like, we want boots on the ground, boots on the ground, boots on the ground, boots on the ground. Well, Vince stayed true to who he was. He was like, listen, I got Titanfall. Everybody said to me, Vince, they said to me, get rid of the mech game, get rid of Mech Warriors, and we'll fucking love your game. Everybody loved the soldiers, whatever they call them. I forgot. I said it 5 seconds ago. But I posted tons of videos about it. And so in his mind, he was like, okay, I made that game, and Battle Royale is a new popular shit. So I'm gonna take this part of my game, add it to Battle Royale, boom, shakalaka, there it is. There it is. But you would think that David Vonderhaar would say, "Oh, I'm gonna take Black Ops 3, the best part of what I copied from Vince, and I did a better job, and I'm gonna add it to Battle Royale." If he would have did that, Apex Legends wouldn't even fucking be like. It'd be like, it fucking looks like Borderlands. It sucks. We're playing Call of Duty. It's way better. That's what it fucking exactly would have came out of everybody's mouths. If they would have dropped Black Ops 3 and added it, and it would have, because obviously Black Ops 3 was better than Titanfalls, but if you would have took Black Ops 3 and he would have added it to Battle Royale and did the same thing that they did here, then that's exactly what people would have said. They'd have said, ooh, Apex Legends is copying Call of Duty. Ooh, it looks like Borderlands. Ooh. Nobody would have played it. Nobody would have played it. This game would have fucking been dead. In an alternate universe, that's exactly what happened. I'm telling you. But Vince was smart enough to realize he didn't let the cat out of the bag until David Vonderhaar dropped his game. Once he showed his fucking hold card, it was over. He probably was sitting back going, I cannot believe that they didn't release and that's probably why he didn't release. He's probably why he didn't release any of his games. He probably thought that Black Ops 3 was going to come out. That's the fuck, and that's probably why Apex Legends was going to be free from the get-go. He was like, "Whoa, the only way we're going to be able to compete with Black Ops 3 Battle Royale is that we're going to have a free game." And he's like, to his astonishment, that this fucking boots on the ground fucking piece of shit copy of PUBG. He was like, "What?" Fucking like, blessings, And so, hey, it worked out great for him. So good for him. Good for him. Can't imagine you can make a blunder like that, though, man. How do you do that? How do you make a blunder like that? Like, your whole fucking career is copying Vince. All he's got is the pilots from Titanfalls, and he's got. I mean, it's so simple. You think about it. Everybody said we don't like the Mech Warriors. That shit's played out. We loved Call of Duty. We loved your pilots. We loved the wall running. They had the same shit, the fucking boot kick, the slide, all that. And all he did was put those two together. And it's amazing how simple that idea is. And David Vonderhaar went off a fucking cliff. Like, he got gassed up so hard. Man, boots on the ground, we got to bring Call of Duty back. We got to. And he's like, what? Vince is like, you had the best wall running, best special characters, best jetpacking, and you're going back to boots on the ground. Anybody can do that, buddy. Why would you do something that everybody can already do? That was stupid. Dumb. You never do what somebody else can already do. I mean, what the fuck? That's like the golden rule. Like, why would I listen to two people that sound the same? Why would I go to McDonald's if they're going to make an exact same copy and make another McDonald's? I'm going to have a flame-broiled fucking burger, call it Burger King. I'm going to go to Wendy's because it's got fresh fucking meat. I'm going to go to Whataburger, fucking Clover's, Red Robin. Everybody has their niche. You can't make the same game PUBG is. Are you fucking stupid? You went full retard. Anyways. Okay, man, I had fun talking to you guys. I like streaming because I always like shooting the shit with you people. It's wonderful. And I like playing games. I wish I had the feeling inside to post daily videos, but I just don't think those games are. I mean, if the game isn't worth my time, I'm not gonna make a video about it. I think Apex Legends is that type of game for some people. But in the the whole thing about it is, it's not me. I mean, it's getting closer to where I want to be at, but I do like the individual discovery, where you can sit down and show people how to, jetpack off of balloons, pull up, fucking hit those shimmies around corners. I think it's cool to talk about those things. I think it's cool to like use the robot dude that fucking can pogo stick, off the ground. I think that's awesome. I think people should be talking about each character and how they play, and those are awesome videos. People like to discover those things, showing people what you can do. You master one character, you know. I mean that is fun in this game. I would do videos for, but in the end of the day, it's just I mean I think there could be a better battle royale game. So at the end of the day, I'll just probably stream occasionally, but not all the time, because it's not one of those games that I feel calling me, 24/7. But I think they're getting closer to what we want as a community. We're looking for that one game. This game's big. Don't get me wrong, but that's because Call of Duty created that vacuum that's being filled by them, and it's going to be hard to take that away from Apex Legends now. So you're going to have something that's going to even be even cooler. So you got to come up with a bigger niche. I think Treyarch has that in Black Ops 3. They got to explore it a little bit more. I think it wouldn't hurt them to cross-platform a game with Warner Brothers and NetherRealm and explore DC characters. Batman, Robin, Mortal Kombat. I mean, there's a lot there. I mean, I wouldn't even put it past Ed Boon to rip off a battle royale game and do it on his own. You have a lot of the fighting game community playing Apex Legends, and its complicated structure on the controller is conducive to how fighting gaming community players play. So you're having these two communities coming together right now. So I wouldn't be surprised eventually, NetherRealm exploring that battle royale gaming experience. It'd be super cool though. Can you imagine Jax, man, fucking boom, ground slam and shit, and you're like, whoa, and he pulls out a fucking LMG or some Sonya Blade. It'd be so cool. Katana jumping in the air, fucking putting force field up. Those are awesome ideas. I would fucking, now if that game came out, if Black Ops 3 / Mortal Kombat came out, I would fucking quit my job and I'd probably go full time doing videos and just be all over that shit. That would be so fucking amazing. Even if you can you imagine Unreal 4 engine with Dragon Ball Z characters using guns and their special powers in Battle Royale? Oh my god. I mean, it's just so many awesome ideas. I mean, they're just crazy. Even if you did a dinosaur, let's say you did Godzilla Battle Royale, where you had Godzilla, Mothra. I mean, just so many great other things that is right there that you could fucking Ultraman. Fucking dope, dude. I come down there with fucking Johnny Sacco. Fucking, you could put down like, even, what about Transformers? Transformers would be awesome too. Any of those games. G.I. Joe characters. I mean, even if Activision licensed the characters from G.I. Joe, can you imagine Snake Eyes? All those characters. I mean, how many characters in G.I. Joe that have special attributes that you could plug into the Black Ops 3 character setup and then throw it into a battle royale game? Fuck, man, I would be all over that shit. Fucking, I don't even know half the characters. They all have special attributes. Can you imagine having like 20 characters? G.I. Joe Battle Royale by Activision with the Black Ops 3 or whatever. Fuck, dude. You could pick like 3 different specials, 3 different secondary specials. Dude, man, I'd fucking love that shit. So, So there's a lot of great ideas, man. I mean, I mean, look, even if you just think of this, even if you got the license to Avengers, I mean, that's really big right now. I mean, Avengers. I mean, Star Wars is kind of dead. You know what I mean? Like, I'm tired of seeing Star Wars. I fucking don't want to see any more Star Wars movies. I don't want to see no more Star Wars characters. The only thing I want to see is probably Call of Duty, Bounty Hunters, Battle Royale, Star Wars. That's the title I want to see. Fucking Boba Fett versus I-88. Fucking the rest of those crazy looking ass characters. You know, maybe that'd be cool. You know, that's what I would like to see. I want to see I'm fucking bedazzle me. Stop with this mundane, safe status quo bullshit. Come out and fucking knock me out the box, man. Make me a fan for life. You know, come on, man. Where is it at? Where is the excitement? There ain't no more excitement in these studios because you got this fucking, get in my belly. I gotta fire 800 people. We're gonna do what I say do. You know, fuck that guy. He's a fucking slob, and all he cares about is his stock symbols and his money. Fuck that. Somebody needs to step up and be like, listen, man. I watched F1sTDaCuFFs videos yesterday on the stream. We're fucking gonna get some brainstorming in. Let's call that motherfucker in the studio. We're gonna pay him to come in and fucking assistant produce our game. Fucking, dude, I'm fucking like, yeah, this is a great idea. Let's do this. Can you imagine having Omega Red? Can you imagine having Omega Red in Wolverine in fucking Battle Royale game? Omega Red, the fucking tentacles, blocks everything. Wolverine. Oh, what about fucking Cyclops, dude? Fucking red beam all the way across the map. Dude, man, I just want to see the fucking screen just go nuts when I play. I want to be like, oh my god, orgasm! Ah! You know? That's why people love Modern Warfare 2. You had the chopper, you had the fucking Harrier jet, fucking tornadoes. That'd be cool to have like some kind of thing where you could control the weather in the game and you'd be like, tornado, fucking lightning strike. You know what I mean? Something, man. Come on. Where's it at? Where's the excitement in gaming? You could tell these guys are just sitting in their cubicles and it's toxic. We don't see that oozing out when we play these games anymore. You don't see it. They give you fucking crumbs. Apex Legends is fucking crumbs. And people are fucking, oh my god, it's fucking fire. Wow, we've never seen it before. That's fire. There's so many great ideas out there. Let's give some new guys some chances. Studios, let's go. Oh, man. That's why it sucks to be a gamer right now, man. I wish I was like, I mean, there was fucking great times when Battlefield 2 and fucking Call of Duty 4 and Pariah and Project Snowblind, all these new shooters coming out. Even fucking Doom. When Doom came out on the original Xbox, I couldn't believe how awesome that fucking game played and looked. That game was fucking amazing. If you ever get a chance to play Doom on the original Xbox, was fucking the shit. I can tell you, if they took that game and expanded on that was fucking awesome. I mean, it was a great game. Great shooter. Oh, Unreal Championship 2. That game had fucking like Juggernaut in it. You jump up in the air, you shoot somebody with a gun, and then the character did some kind of combo, like a fighting combo. Like, it was like Juggernaut head, and it was like, boom, hit you with the Juggernaut and kicked you. And, dude, that game was awesome. Like, there's so many great games and ideas that were, like, what happened? But, you know, like I said, Apex Legends broke that seal now. So, hopefully the floodgates open up and a whole new genre of specialness will come out. I mean, I would love like I can tell you too, I would love, how about this? How about the Battle Royale game on the moon? Battle Royale, year 2220. You got moon boots. You got special characters with, like, that would be cool. Fucking space, moon boots, moon characters, spaceships. You fucking A, dude. I would love Battle Royale on the fucking moon. Space characters, gotta have those goofy guns, goofy characters, like a fish. Like, when you go to Krusty Krab and you see the character, the fish eating a fucking Krabby Patty, have one of those characters and shit with fucking like this bubble mask with water in there, blah, 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 blah. Like, just give me something that I can be like, what? Oh, man, anyways. All right, I'm done ranting. There ain't nothing saving Halo, dude. Studio 343 sucks. Sorry to bust your bubble. Halo 6 ain't gonna do nothing. Halo 6 ain't gonna do nothing. The only thing Halo's got going for it is Ninja used to be a Halo nobody, and he's gonna reach back and he's gonna be like, try to hype it up. Microsoft and 343 is gonna pay fucking Ninja shits amounts of money to play Halo. I'm gonna tell you right now, if the game is clunky, I don't even think Ninja played Blackout. But if the game is clunky, like the rest of the Halos, and the characters move like they fucking got marshmallow for shoes, fuck off. That game's gonna suck too. And blue and red characters, I want to throw up. I hate playing 7-Eleven Slurpee characters. Come on, at least make the characters. If you're gonna give them spacesuits, make them unique, make them cool, make them different colors. Red, blue. Come on, dog. Like, give me something. Yeah, Halo ain't gonna make it, dude. Halo, those are dead franchises. See, Halo's a dead franchise. Gears of War is a dead franchise, and the funny thing is, I don't understand I understand how they're giving money for them, because Microsoft, those are exclusive games to Xbox, and Microsoft's got fucking endless pockets, so they're going to support the only games that are bringing anything to the console. But if you look at 343 Studios or Gears of War outside of the Halo Xbox, out of Xbox, it's dead. Look at Bungie. Activision paid $50 million to pull them away from Microsoft. And they made Destiny. The game fucking... I said day one the game fucking sucked. Yeah, sis, you don't know what you're talking about. Fucking... And guess what? Activision fired that fucking studio. They got rid of them. That's it, they're gone. Game sucked. When I played the game, I couldn't believe it. I was like, the characters, they're like limited in how they can move. Like the movement, just the movement of the characters, it just didn't make sense. Like the characters, it was like they fucking programmed the characters to only move certain amount of distance or angles or ways, and then they couldn't move anymore unless you were using this portion of their special or something. It was stupid. I was like, this doesn't make any sense. It's like 2 + 2 = 4, and it was like 3 + 5 = 7. I don't get it. So it didn't make sense. So Bungie, I don't know what it is about their studio, but they think they're fucking hot shit. They're not. And they got ruined by fucking eSports. Destroyed them. The funny thing is like all these has-been eSports pro players for Halo sit there and post all these videos on Twitter, and they're going, look at all the kills I got, I'm a badass, woo! And they're all trying to fucking bring their life back. They're trying to come back to life after they see Ninja was grinding forever from nothing. And he's like, they're all trying to come back, and they're trying to hype up a game, and I'm saying to myself, I'm watching these videos where they get all these crazy quadro kill, and everybody's like, oh, that's awesome, fucking, that's the best thing I've ever seen in Halo. And I'm thinking to myself, that would be like me going back and playing Call of Duty 4 and dropping a nuke and then posting on Twitter and going, I'm such a badass. Like, who are you playing? You're not playing. There's like maybe 10 people playing that game. Would you beat up somebody who found fucking Halo in the fucking shit bin for $1 and gave it to their kid for Christmas? And there you go. You got a free game. What? You got that for fucking free because you're a Gold Star member for Halo and they just gave it to you, and you're playing against people that their kids don't want to spend no extra money on playing a fucking game. They just get the fuck out of here with that shit. That shit's hilarious when I see people post gameplay from dead-ass games. And I'm like, where the fuck were you when there was a million people playing that game and you weren't posting the same videos? You were like struggling and had to run with a crew of people to get those kind of scores, and they're like helping you get there. Like, you're fucking full of shit. Stop posting those videos. That game is dead. You're dead. Stop posting those gameplays. I just stop it. It's just embarrassing. You know, don't do it to yourself. You have to post up a game that's fucking when everybody's playing it. And that's another thing too. Game's been out a week and motherfuckers like, oh dude, I'm the baddest player ever. And everybody, they're like, you got the game during beta phase, and then you've been playing it the whole time it's been out because you're trying to make yourself a name on Twitch, and then you come out and win the first tournament and you're like, I'm the best player ever. But everybody else hasn't caught up to your skill level yet. They haven't actualized their potential in the game and haven't played it long enough to get there to be as good as you. And you're already fucking like, I'm the best. Like, shut up. You know, if the game is still here 3 months from now and everybody's caught up to the speed of gameplay and you're still posting the same gameplay, I'll give it to you. But until then, I mean, just stop it. So, it's funny to me. So yeah, I don't think I think anything that Microsoft tries to put out is a dead game. You guys remember Shadowrun, where you could teleport through walls and shit? Oh, that was a fun game. That game was kind of cool. I wish they didn't give up on that game, Shadowrun. I kind of enjoyed it a little bit. I think they could have refined it a little bit better. That game died a quick. eSports. That's another thing too. Apex Legends been out 8 days, and they're trying to like eSports, change it now, kill it. Fucking just leeches and cancer, just. Organizations are looking for best players right now. You've been out 8 days, and we're gonna sign you today. How are you gonna sign somebody after 8 days of playing Apex? How can you make it? How can you make that decision? And so now the organizations get really big, and they're like, yeah, we're not going to play your game if you don't change these things. Organizations got the best players. We got Shroud, we got Dr. Disrespect, and they say change your game or we're out of here. You see what happened to PUBG, you better listen to us. So that's that. Hey, man, the infection is real. You haven't given up on Halo? I mean, look, I've always wanted Halo to be that space game. I mean, if the characters would move more and they came out with more weapons and they didn't have these... I mean, I was thinking more of a... If somebody came out with a better Halo game, you know, more of a space game, you know, more like something that's a little bit more predictable. I thought Glenn Schofield and Michael Condrey, you know, lashed on to something, you know, when they were talking about exoskeleton suits and stuff like that. But they kind of went overboard and didn't know how to translate what they wanted in a game, and these developers made some crazy shit. But I think the one thing that Treyarch always did, was improved on Sledgehammer's mistakes. And I don't know what happened this time, but they just went completely fucking retarded and just didn't do anything. I don't know what they were thinking. I mean, but I know David Von Hart's losing sleep tonight, man. 800 people lost their jobs. He's got to feel responsible for that some way.
What do I think about Resident Evil? I mean, I don't play first person optic fish lips. Oh man, YouTube is ruining gaming. I don't think YouTube's ruining gaming.
Release that'd be the worst year. This is last year, this year, and the year before that. It's got to be the worst. I think the last real Call of Duty championship was Black Ops 3. All the rest of them are illegitimate championships. I don't recognize none of them. They're all bad. Like, you were good at a bad game. Nobody liked a bad game. That's like saying you went and fucking ate burnt cookies and you were the champion. You were the champion of burnt cookie eating. And you won the championship at eating fucking the most burnt cookies without throwing up. That's what you were a champion of. Those are fucking burnt cookie games. They're terrible. Nobody likes burnt cookies. They fucking throw that shit in the trash. Yeah, David Vonderhaar should be fired for real. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's got to be responsible for this. I think he needs to be fired. He either has to be forced to resign or he's got to get fired. Now, I granted this is his first bad game. So, based on his past performances on making great games, you really can't, he is on his last fucking straw, but you got to give him at least one more chance to redeem himself. You have to, because you can't take away Black Ops 1, you can't take away Black Ops 2, although I didn't like Black Ops 2 as much as Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 3 were probably his best Call of Duties. I think Black Ops 3 was his best culmination of every Call of Duty made, and he put it all together in one game. I think Black Ops 3 is his best game ever made. Black Ops 1 is his second best game ever made. And then anybody else can decide after that. I really don't care. But I think Black Ops 3, Black Ops 1 are his best two games ever made. Because here's the reason why. Black Ops 1 was the best modern warfare copy of Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2. Black Ops 1 could hold a candle to those two games. It was on the same par as those two games. Black Ops 3 was a culmination of the Dolphin Dive, the Slide and Ghost, Copy and Titanfall, Overwatch, and all of the Call of Duties put into one. And it had the most freedom. It had the running mechanic, which you could play the game on the ground or off the ground. So it didn't have the stupid ass jetpacks like it had in an Infinite Warfare or Advanced Warfare, where the character just took off and like a balloon and went and just went fucking wherever. It had a controlled jetpack. The jetpack wasn't that bad. You could hit it once and you could be up here and go up here, or you could hit it once and come down and go up again. So you could hit a W or you could go straight up. That was fucking incredible. Nobody ever thought of something like that. That was amazing. Think about this. If you came out with Black Ops 4, what if you had a jetpack where you could, you could maybe have you could change the nozzles as upgrades as to maybe a diagonal boost, or maybe something that was a little bit different, or who knows? There was a perfection in the movement and freedom in that game that was never seen before in a first-person shooter. I thought it was amazing. The closest it comes to me is Unreal Championship.
I mean, Unreal Championship to be compared to that was the pinnacle of shooters back then. That was one of the best games ever made. So to culminate all those games and the weapons and the aiming mechanics and running and jumping and boosting and sliding and the aiming mechanics to all coincide, and the people who program the math into that actually fucking all coming together and working flawlessly was the best Call of Duty ever made. I don't see how people could say it's not. How could you not say Black Ops 3 is the best game ever made when you start from Call of Duty 1 all the way to that game? Now, when you go to Black Ops 4, you're going backwards because you're taking away the freedom of going in any. If you take a sphere and a 360 directional movement, you take that away. All you could do is slide in that game. You can grapple maybe once in a while, but you can't move in that controlled space. You can't boost this way. You can't jump off this wall, bounce off that wall. You can't move. You're stuck walking in marshmallows. So for Black Ops 3 to come out and then go back to Black Ops 4, you're going backwards in evolution. So you can't, that's not a progression. But from going from Advanced Warfare, which was fucking balloon movement, that it was so erratic and uncontrollable, to like, okay, now you can control it. And I know when I'm playing against the other character, they only get 2 boosts. They can either boost up or come down and boost back up, boost left, boost right. They only get 2 boosts. So once they hit their jetpack twice, I know where to control and go to my aiming. I can guess where they're going, after that second boost. Or the wall running. You can wall run. There's only certain places you can wall run, and boost off of the sliding. You can only slide so far. Those things, those were amazing things, because in Ghost you could slide, you could only slide so far. But the thing is, the dolphin dive, the dolphin dive was retarded. There was no point in the dolphin dive. The reason why David Vonderhaar said he put dolphin dive in the game was because it stopped you from going from standing to fucking prone. And the reason when you went from standing to prone is because sometimes you got into a fight where you fight multiple characters and you needed to take cover, you would drop to prone so you wouldn't get shot. And now these Call of Duties, it's like 30 to 60 frames to go to fucking even crouching. So if I want to take cover in a military first-person shooter, I can't. So if I get into a situation where I advance and I gain the real estate and I'm fighting for position, and there's nothing there but a fucking water fountain, and I have to fucking go down fast, and I kill one guy and I get to half of my bullets in my gun clip and I can't fire no more, and I gotta reload because my gun takes too fucking long to reload, and there's 150 health to kill somebody, I gotta hit the deck. Well, guess what? I can't. I'm dead. It takes away the fun, because it takes away the freedom for my variables of how I want to go up against that situation. I can't do it. I can't gain the real estate, so I die, respawn back, and I come back, and what the fuck, dude? How's that fair? You're taking away my gun skills, my way of gaining real estate, and now I lost because you took away the freedom for my reactions to that situation. Whereas in other Call of Duties, like Call of Duty 4, I mean, if I get to a gunfight and I'm in a position to hold down an area, fuck, I can hit the deck, reload my weapon, pop back up, and fight again. You can't even do that. You can't do that in any other Call of Duty. You can't do it. But at least David Vonderhaar's compromise to drop shotting in Black Ops 3 was boosting. So instead of the fighting going to the ground, it went to the air. So if I got into a situation where I need to reload, I'd automatically boost up, boost left, boost right. And that would give me time to reload in the air, and I know somebody couldn't lock onto me. In the meantime, I could reload, and that gave me the freedom to get out of that, to get back into the fight, to kill that person. And that was what was cool about it. So I could jump off a wall, so I get an extra move. So if I was in a fight with somebody and I ran out of bullets, I can jump to the wall. That's one move. Jump off the wall. Boost left, right. That's 4 moves
gives me enough time to reload and take out that character. So if you're gonna take away the time to kill somebody, you have to give me the freedom in order for me to have a chance to reload to kill that person, so I don't lose my real estate. They don't give you that freedom in Black Ops 4. You can't go down to prone position. You can't jump off a wall. You can't boost out of the way. You're fucking stuck right there and you're gonna die. So you're like, you gotta manage your bullets. You gotta get headshots. Fuck off. Come on, dude. It's not. Those are excuses. So people want freedom. I don't want to manage my bullets. I want to have fun in the game. So Black Ops 3 was the best Call of Duty ever made. I don't care what anybody says. I'll debate them all day long on it, and I'll destroy their arguments. I'll rebut them. There's no way you can tell me that Black Ops 3 is you can't say that Modern Warfare 2 was better, and you can't say Call of Duty 4 was better, because that was a different time. That's like saying that Michael Jordan or LeBron James was better than Michael Jordan. Those are two different times. LeBron James he's the best right now. But and Michael Jordan wouldn't be shit right today either. So that's like saying, Call of Duty it was the best game of its time. It was the best game of its time. Modern Warfare 2 was the best game of its time. If you ever go back and play those games, they fucking suck. I don't want to play those games. They're limited. They're limited in your movement. And when we look at games now, look how much movement there is in these games. So when you have Bobby Kotick's coming out and say, well, this is going to be an amazing Call of Duty, and all this fucking Charlie Untel snitch factor coming out and, basically the fucking megaphone mouth for Activision. Well, they're going to make a Modern Warfare game. Yeah, right. I want to go back to a slow-paced fucking military first-person shooter game. That's what I want to play. Are you kidding me? Go back and play Modern Warfare 2. Go back and play Call of Duty 4. You mean to tell me when you play those games in this day and time and what you've experienced, that would be like going out with a rich girl that's got all the money in the world, is the baddest bitch, in shape, everything like that, and you've never been out with someone like that, and you bang that, and then you come back to some fucking homely bitch or whatever. You're going to be like, I like the homely bitch better. No, you're not. It's not. It's just not gonna happen, dude. It ain't never gonna happen. That's like saying, having cardboard pizza or real pizza. You're gonna have to eat the real pizza. Cardboard pizza was good back in the day, but now I can have real pizza. I'll eat the real pizza. So, you have to go forward with Call of Duty. If it's not a game that's in progression and it goes backwards, then it's a lesser of a Call of Duty than previous Call of Duties. You can't go backwards in time. Now, I don't know what happened to Black Ops 4. Maybe it was supposed to be a jetpack game. Maybe it wasn't. But the specials and the attributes are fucking terrible. You have secondaries that cancel out specials for the whole game, etc., etc., etc. 150 health, a fucking regen thing. It's all like nonsense that's been added on top of a game that makes no sense. Like, you're adding redundant things in the game. Like, we don't need 150 health. We don't need a fucking health booster. Why would you add things that you don't need to add? And what that tells me is that you're a toxic studio that don't have any ideas, that don't want to listen to anybody other ideas, and you went with status quo and you failed miserably. So that's it. Yeah, there's no doubt Black Ops 4 is trash. But like I said, you can't go back and play Black Ops 3 either. Because, if you love the game and you played it as much as you did, shit, man. I can't go back. Once you get 150,000 kills, what else is there to do? You pretty much did everything. That's why you only live to 100 years on this planet. What else? How much more fucking life do you need to live? You get to be 100 years old, you're fucking old. Your brain's like 20 years old, but your body's 100 years old. It's time to fucking die. You know what I'm saying? I mean, nobody wants to live forever. Fuck that. But anyways, all right, man, I'm out. I had my rant. I got it all out. It's for the record. Another for the record YouTube video from me to you, because that's what I do. Until next time, I'm out. Have a good night.